Good morning, peace and blessings. Yeah, I just want to continue on, my usual content, about spiritual warfare and correlation between narcissism and having demons, or demonic spirits attached to your soul, demonic vessels, or fully demon possessed. The world will call it, narcissism, but people, under reprobate minds, narcissists, they're empty vessels, through generational curses, through sin, through foolish, non-brain development. You have to realize, you have chosen, if you've just been activated or was activated before and, don't really fully understand the concept of narcissism and spiritually what they represent, is literally, spiritual death. You face people who are spiritual, vessels, NPCs for demons to jump in and out of to spiritually attack you. This is truth. You know, people like myself and others talk about it all the time. It's becoming common. In 2020, most likely, demonic, strongholds, demonic forces, gain access, more, strongly to people's vessels. Beforehand it wasn't much so, but people were still narcissistic life, living a narcissistic life. Excuse me. Say where they're succumb to, demonic vessels, becoming demonic vessels. Excuse me. Since 2020, that's what happened. Is the end times. 2020 marked the end of the times. So if you were living a narcissistic life, which was being pushed, demonically, from especially in America, demonic programming, you were most likely, became an empty, demonic vessel, in 2020, and here we are. You have to realize if you were chosen, you're a lover of God. These people are assigned, to your life, to watch you, to spiritually attack you. They're assigned by the devil, by high-ranking demons, to spiritually attack you, for you to stay off from your purpose. That is their literal assignment, for you to, to get you to do anything but be on your purpose. They have no lives. The devil, these demons will gussy them up, pretty them up, to look like, they're living a high class life and, things like that. But, you peel the curtain back and they're just, the same, lifestyle that they've been living. Literally, maybe added a few perks or something, but they most likely purchased them themselves. The devil doesn't just hand out, $1 million, just because you give over your soul to being a demonic vessel. That's just not the case. There is nobody who does that. Even Drake himself, with all his millions, he had to work 20 years, to get as rich as he was. The devil just doesn't give you, a Ferrari, because you are a demonic vessel. You're just a demonic vessel. There is no a fairy tale story for anybody who is a demonic vessel. They're literally living out their physical damnation before the spiritual one. You have to realize it in the spiritual parallels between narcissism and having demons attached to your soul, the correlation. Your family, your friends, your associates, work associates, whoever it may be, that is assigned, to your life by the devil, by high-ranking demons, they will attack you spiritually. They will seek to take you from your purpose. But once you're on your purpose, the devil is lost. You have to realize it. The devil will make you play a waiting game, see, but once you're on your purpose, the devil is lost. You have to be on your purpose. You have to understand that these are the end times. The mark of the beast is literally here. It's literally being talked about on the news. There's no more time to play. People have reprobate mindsets. They're narcissistic. So faking their lives comes normal to them. So having demons attached to their soul, being a demonic vessel, being an empty vessel for demons is nothing new to them. It's like breathing. There was no they didn't miss a step, when demons enter their vessel. They did not miss a step. They are used to faking everything they do and who they are and their being. They have no sense of self. They are not connected to their spiritual self from birth. Narcissists are created through generational curses. So since adolescence, they had no spiritual connection to themselves. So they're literally the best vessel for a demon to enter. No empathy, no accountability for sins, delusions of grandeur, grandiosity. Every narcissist thinks they're the best. Literally. Even if they're the worst person in the world, a 3 of a woman, if we're going by the numbers, of this world, how they say beauty, they mark beauty, beauty is not a beholder, but if 3 of a woman, I personally experienced it, a 3 of a woman will think she's like a 30, because she's a narcissist. She doesn't understand, the things of this world, that actually make sense. They have no recollection of the delusions that they currently live under. They all think they're greater than thou. And since 2020, they chose to be, taking an antichrist-like spirit. Because of narcissists cannot blame themselves for the things that they go through and the sins that they put on their soul, and that they attach, and the demons that they attach to their own soul. So they have to blame somebody. So it most likely is a chosen or a lover of God or God himself. Very antichrist in spirit, very antichrist in spirit. You cannot be attached to these people in any type of way, emotionally, physically. You can't really associate with them. High and by is most likely the best thing you should do, going forward in your life. Once you realize that you're chosen. Me, myself, I'm in my wilderness period. I'm on my purpose. I'm ahead of schedule on my purpose. The devil slowly realizing that it is, it's really nothing you could do with me. I overstand the matrix. I overstand it. I don't just understand. I overstand everything in the matrix. Literally, there's nothing in the matrix that can shock me, that surprises me, or that I am not aware of before it even happens. So you have to get to that position in your life. Pause. You have to get to that spot in your life where you can stand and resist the devil and he shall flee. But you have to realize you will go through some things. You will be spiritually attacked. You'll be activated. Narcissists don't realize that the things that they do to chosen activate them spiritually, because they have delusions of grandeur. They think that the things that they do evilly, or even, it's not even really evil. Nothing that was done in my life spiritually was evil. It was all foolishness, stuff that I don't really care about. But narcissists don't believe. They have a grandiosity mindset, so they think in their mind and their delusions that the stuff that they do that is foolish affects you, when it only affects them. And it's only them and their soul more. Because everybody was born by themselves. So the things that a person does, to sin and drag sin on their life, how can it affect another person whose soul that it is not? But they have delusions. They don't understand. They won't understand it. So you will always be, under a spiritual attack if you were surrounded by narcissists, or if you were associating with narcissists, if you were in cahoots with narcissists, or if even your family, you have to cut ties. Myself, I don't really consider nobody family. It's just me, myself, and God, and that's how I should be until God blesses me with a spiritual wife. Because I don't really need people. I'm very introverted, and I believe, so in my heart with the gift of discernment that Yah selected me, because I can literally go through the fire and not really care about people's opinion. I never really cared for people's opinions. I tried to hold myself back spiritually to be around people that I never really cared about anyway, about their opinion, and that when I strayed away from God, people seek to, people are narcissists, so they never really realized it, how much I was holding back, mentally, spiritually, just my personality, to be around them and coexist, to be honest. And they won't realize it until it's too late. But you have to realize that, everything that glitter is not gold. Narcissists have a way to pretty themselves up, for the public, for the social eye, but their lives are horrible because they're living their physical damnation out every day until the spiritual one. They live a very antichrist life. They have an antichrist spirit. The Jezebel spirit, the Ahab spirit is very antichrist in spirit and in their soul. They blame God for the things that they do because if they chose, spiritually to do the groundwork to actually hold themselves accountable for the things that they do, they can gain access to heaven, but they cannot mentally do that because everything they do is perfect. Everything they do is right, whether it's sin, whether it's destroying their family, whether it's destroying their temple, whether it's living foolishly. Everything they do is perfect. Everything they do is right. So God to them is wrong. Very antichrist in spirit. You cannot be around people like that. That is spiritual death. Being attached to narcissists is spiritual death. And they're going to see you as a lover of God and as a chosen one, whoever you may be on your spiritual walk. They're going to see the Christ, in you. They're going to see the light in you. They're going to see the love of God in you. And they're going to hate you. They're going to envy you. They're going to do whatever they can to stop you from being on your purpose. And you must not ever let that happen. Me, myself, I have not. The devil has lost. There is nothing the devil can hide from me in this matrix anymore. I'm too high IQ. It took me a year to figure out the matrix. I just had to be in my isolation period and build spiritual strongholds so I can fight this devilish world we live every day. This spiritual warfare, this matrix. That is about it. And through the grace of God, narcissists, empty vessels, demonic people, should pray to God that I didn't do this years ago. To be honest, this is nothing new to me, but I held back because I understood I was in isolation mode and I needed to, gain godly spiritual habits. And you yourself will have to do the same. That is the only way. Resist the devil and he shall flee. Sit at the right hand of God and your enemy shall be at thy footstool. And you have to do that. And it's the truth. Do not let, love of if you're extroverted, it will be difficult. And I understand, and I feel like, and I believe in my heart, and I understand that Yah, chose me so I can explain it to my brethren who are extroverted, because you need people's energy in some type of way every day to cohabitate in this world. But I don't. So I can easily explain it. I can just sit back, analyze these demons and just tell you what to do. And through the grace of Yah. So it's pretty easy to me. People don't really understand nothing that they are not. So they couldn't understand a Sigma male. They couldn't understand an introvert because they're not that. So the matrix is easy to me. I sit down and analyze and study demonic activity for 3-4 years. Under, demons' noses. Every day they act like, you are new to this, because they have delusions. They don't understand. They cannot comprehend nothing new than their folly. So the matrix will become easy to you, even if you're extroverted. The matrix was easy to me 4 years ago. But as an extroverted person who needs energy in this world, you will go through a lot of things. It'll be tough for you, mentally. More than me. I laugh at the Matrix every single day for 4 years because it's comical to me, because I'm high IQ. I understand everything in the Matrix. It's all foolishness. It's nothing evil. Narcissists are the best vessels for a demon to jump in and out of because they have no accountability. They cannot understand nothing, good of good value, of high vibrational frequency, because they love their folly. Their frontal lobes haven't developed, since the age of 8. So they're walking 8-year-olds, in an adult body. So it's easy for demons to jump in and out of them. They're the literal best option for a demon to jump in and out of. That's why the demonic, narcissistic lifestyle agenda was pushed, globally, years ago, and it's just manifesting physically as you see it. Everybody is of a narcissistic mind for demons to have easy access to simple-minded vessels, and that's what happened. And on your spiritual walk, on your spiritual journey, you have to realize that even if you have to cut off family, it is of your benefit. Do not let nobody in their spiritual death sentence cut you off from the light of God, because they will drag you down with them. People don't want nothing to do with nothing that is a greater vibrational high frequency than the folly and the foolishness that they do. People don't understand nothing spiritually, literally, but they understand how to drive a car, how to go to work, how to go to a party. They don't understand nothing else, literally. So you cannot let people like that control your spiritual connection to God and nullify it or tamper with it or even play with it. I will not let no one that bleeds red blood, that has a soul, whatever's left of it, or that is a human, whatever's humanity you have left, play with God through my vessel. I'd rather die. And God bless.